Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
Dungey and Moto in a war. Ryan Dungey, the word has been, when is he going to get slightly aggressive? He's going to Nazi. He's like, Dungey, he's got a tire past him, takes Moto out.
At Millville, Ryan Dungey won the overall, an inch to within 1 point of Ryan Villopoto. Yet somehow Chad Reed was able to hold on to the points lead, as the series heads to round 8, Washougal Raceway. The Big Three have stolen the spotlight this season, but there are others, even former champions that struggle every day to emerge from their shadows.
He goes to the outside, tries to work hard to the hole. 15th place to number 32, Jake Weimer.
I mean, for me, I guess what keeps me coming back is just believing that at some point I'll be able to be competitive again.
Another struggling champion, Trey Kennard, arrives to Washougal, trying to overcome a spree of injuries.
Trey Kennard took in a 5 notch. He comes back to race him after a broken femur.
Trey Kennard, walk out hard.
Trey Kennard has been sitting on the couch for practically half his pro career. For his rookie season in 2008, Kennard won the 250 East Supercross title, but broke his femur during the outdoors and ended his season. In 2009, he broke his wrist at High Point, and again his season ended there. In 2010, Kennard was finally healthy, and this was his last chance at a 250 title.
From the start, it was super low, and it got to a point to where basically I just went out there to ride. I was doubting myself so much. With our sport, it's so mental, you know, and especially if you've been beaten down with injuries. Midway through the series, it was like, maybe I can get a top 5. Really, I had nowhere to go but up.
At round 5, Kennard hole shot at the second moto and landed on the podium. At round 6, he won the overall, something he had never done before.
I had this confidence boost after the first one at Redbud, and it seemed like once I got a little bit of steam, it just kept going.
It is the 38. Kennard has won it.
Once you find that rhythm, it seems like it just keeps getting, I don't want to say easier, but it does.
In the past 15 years, only 3 other riders in the lights class have won 4 outdoor nationals in a row. Ryan Villopoto, James Stewart, and Ricky Carmichael.
It's hard to find your swagger. That was whenever the swagger was in full force, for sure.
Going into round 6 at Redbud, Kennard was 57 points out of the lead. At the 12th and final round, he won the outdoor championship with the most amazing comeback in nearly 20 years.
Unbelievable. It's crazy to really explain. From the minute you kind of cross the finish line, it's like your whole life kind of flashes before you, everything that you've done from the time you can remember till now, and it's just a surreal moment and something I'll never forget.
With Trey's success, opportunity came knocking. He was acquired by Factory Honda and set his sights for the 450 class in 2011.
That was a huge honor to be approached by Honda, to be the guy that they wanted to build a future with.
In the 1980s and 1990s, Team Honda was a dynasty. Their roster was the who's who of the sport. David Bailey, Rick Johnson, Jeff Stanton, Jeremy McGrath, and most recently, Ricky Carmichael, all gave Honda multiple championships. In 2003, Ricky Carmichael was acquired by Team Suzuki. Since then, Honda has never been the same.
People are always going to want that. Yeah, people are always going to vote for like what Ricky did.
It has been 8 years since Honda has won a title in the 450 class. Now, they have put their faith in Kennard to carry the banner, in hopes they can return to their winning ways. 4 months ago,
Honda's trust in Kennard seemed to be well placed, as he won 3 Supercross races. But true to his injury-riddled past, Trey found himself in the hospital once again, with the second femur break of his career.
You know, the team was like, we believe in you, you know, couldn't believe that I could be successful this year. And so to kind of end it before it really had even started was a huge disappointment.
Although the outdoor season is halfway over, this is a fresh start for Kennard. He is finally healthy, a privilege he rarely enjoys.
Being on the bike right now is just so appreciative of it. And you know, right now I'm at the point where it's just, I mean, everything is really clicking and feel great.
Absence often makes the heart grow fonder. But the opposite is also true. Nearly every day Trey was healing at home, Jake Weimer was riding his dirt bike.
The weeks are definitely tougher than the weekends. One of the harder things is just the repetitiveness. You know what you're gonna do. It's not really an exciting lifestyle. Do the same thing. We get on a plane Friday, we race on Saturday, we get on a plane again Sunday. You're at the practice track Monday.
After winning a Supercross title in the 250 class last year, Weimer was awarded a contract to ride with Factory Kawasaki. A broken arm sidelined him for much of the Supercross season, but he had the outdoors to prove himself.
At a certain point, everything switches to where it's not just for fun anymore.
Jake Weimer's on the deck. Weimer was running sixth, and he's on the deck.
So tense.
Terrible
No,
at the beginning. I
They're
can't
just
even ride.
tight.
I get past, I mean, I crash. I'm just off balance, like terrible.
There's people that are paying you to represent them and to win. And so you have obligations. It's not really a choice. Maybe I'll go to the gym today.
Weimer is having his worst outdoor season in years. Coming into round 8 at Washougal, he has not finished in the top 5 all year.
Here is a championship bike that I rode and won my championship on last year in the West Coast Light Supercross. Just a reminder, if anything, a little confidence booster, remembering that at one point, you know, you did have it together.
Coming up next, Weimer and Kennard head to Washougal to turn their seasons around. But it is Dungey and Villapoto that again steal the spotlight. Washougal, Washington receives around 44 inches of rain annually, which keeps the population of pine trees and other plants high. This realm of green, along with the proximity of Mount St. Helens and the Columbia River, are the reasons why Washougal Motocross Park is considered the most picturesque stop on the national circuit. But while it's the most beautiful, it's also the most treacherous. The walls of pine trees lining the track cast a blanket of shadows that impair the rider's vision. And as it is constantly soaked with rain, the soil is slicker here than anywhere else. For Trey Kennard, Washougal brings mixed emotions. In 2008, his rookie season in the 250 class ended here with a broken femur. However, when he returned in 2010, he had the best race of his life.
Every lap, he has led them all here today. The 38 out of Oklahoma has won again.
I was excited to go there, and I had a great year there last year. I had a great week of training. We made some changes to the bike that were really good. Practice went really good. I qualified third.
Kennard spent the first half of this outdoor season recovering from his second broken femur. Last week at Millville was his first race back, and it was also his first 450 outdoor national. He finished third overall. It was only the second time this season that a rider, other than Ryan Dungey, Chad Reed, or Ryan Villapoto, had finished on the podium. Jake Weimer has been trying to get on the podium for 7 straight nationals, but has failed so far. And his practice lap times at Washougal have only brought further frustration.
He works hard. I mean, it's a constant. He has his days where he wakes up bright and early in the morning. He's like, I'm done getting 8th place. Like, it's there. It just needs to be there constantly.
He just feels like he should be doing better than he's doing. Everyone wants to be the best guy on the track. They want to dominate. That's what they're all here for.
From the outside looking in, Weimer's struggles this season are magnified by the fact that he has the same program as one of the most successful riders in the class, Ryan Villapoto.
Everybody's going to be in the shadow of whoever's winning. He's going to get the attention and the media, the pictures. That's how it is. That's why we all want to win.
You can look back for the last 7 weeks and you can think those were kind of not so good, but you can't do that. You got to look at the future and you got to think, I got 2 motos today. You just got to keep going moto by moto. Focus on bettering yourself, not on I have to win or, I suck.
Coming into Washougal, Chad Reed has a 6-point lead over Ryan Villapoto in the championship race. Considering the crash he suffered a week ago at Millville, Reed is fortunate to be riding at all. He had 6 days to heal, and today's race will tell whether it was enough. Villapoto struggled at Millville as well. Ryan Dungey now sits 1 point behind him.
I think it just got hot last week. The ground was so wet, and the heat came out, and the moisture was coming up off the track, and it just got hot.
Did he get tired, I guess? Someone said he got tired.
Last week's race was one of the hottest of the year. Villapoto jumped to a 7-second lead in Moto 2, but as the race wore on, Dungey inched closer.
He's going to down the inside. Dungey! He's got a tire pass up. Takes Villapoto out. Villapoto is down.
The heat's tough. That's what makes outdoors so hard on the body. At Millville, Ryan tracked me down and was able to get around me. I know what I do during the week to prepare. I'm ready. I have the speed. There's plenty of weekends where you'll just show up and you will get beat.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to round number 8 of the Lucas Oil Outdoor Motocross Championship.
As a native of Washington, Washougal is a homecoming for Villapoto, and he is looking to return the favor on Dungey.
I think it's the same at every track. I mean, he wants to win every race. He's never won this race. When he was on a lights bike, his bike would always break or something would happen. Wait for it, a wheelie. And then we get back. You gotta be in the top 2 or 3 on the start, because Trey and Dunge and Chad are so fast and they get a gap on the first lap, it's hard to make it up.
Villapoto trying to grab the whole shot. Dungey goes to the outside, tries to work hard on Ryan Villapoto, but Villapoto going to grab the whole shot. Trey Canard, rider number 41, holds on to the number 3 spot. Canard putting in a fine ride as he comes back to racing after a broken femur. We're looking for the red number plate background of Chad Reed, trying to figure out where he's at in the mix. He didn't get the type of start that he needed to hold on to the slim points lead he had. He's going to have to go to work.
Keep it up!
And we have a new fastest rider on the track. Ryan Dungey is starting to chip away at Villapoto's lead. Villapoto knows that the number 1 machine of Dungey's coming just as he did a week ago.
Dungey has reeled him in. 10 bike links in between them right now. We are running short of time on this one.
Dungey going after Villapoto in the whoops. He makes the pass, but Villapoto gets him back. Ryan Villapoto with the advantage. Dungey tried to go the long way around the outside. Oh, Dungey goes down. Dungey goes down. Unbelievable, the determination in Dungey. Ryan Villapoto has the hometown crowd behind him.
West Coast Light Supercross champion. I don't think anybody's called him the West Coast champ in at least a year.
Like Weimer, Trey Canard won a championship in the 250 class last year, jumped up to the 450 class this year, and has spent much of 2011 recovering from injuries. However, Canard's comeback has been much more successful so far.
Leading into the second moto, really I was just like ready to go. You know, I felt really good about my bike.
After Moto 1 at Washougal, Canard joined Ryan Villapoto and Ryan Dungey on the podium. Chad Reed has been finishing in the top 3 all season, but today he doesn't seem to be the same rider. After Reed finished 7th in Moto 1, both Villapoto and Dungey passed him in the championship points race.
Overall, hangs in the balance between Dungey and the two of Villapoto. Villapoto out front. Mike Alessi and Ryan Dungey back in that number 2 and 3 spot. Trey Canard got a good drive as well.
I had a pretty good line to where I can maybe get a drive on Dungey up the hill.
Oh, Trey Canard goes down. Trey Canard swapped out hard right as he left the Toyota Tundra jump, and man, he is down.
My first thought really was like, again. Immediately I knew exactly what had happened. I felt the pain 2 times before, and I knew exactly what was going on.
Looks like he's holding his left thigh right now. That femur has been a tough thing for him.
Kind of just laid there, you know. I was okay. I could move fine. I was just completely bummed out.
Hold on, red flag. Villapoto, as he was trying to extend his lead, the red flag has come out.
Well, we need goggles and fuel and the umbrella I just forgot.
Complete restart here. Obviously, the safety of Trey Canard is paramount.
I didn't want anything to do with medical stuff again. I just kind of been through the whole process 3 months before, and I almost just wanted to hobble back to the semi. They wanted to put me on the board, and I was just distraught. I'd talked about before the feeling of winning a championship and how your whole life kind of flashes before you, and injury's kind of the same way. You can't really grasp what's taking place.
2 out of the 3 times Canard has raced Washougal professionally, he is left with a broken femur. But for those on the starting line, now is not the time for sympathy, and there is no room for fear.
I know. You're moving.
Where was that?
3rd.
I already had a decent, way bigger lead than I had the first one.
Oh, you had a big lead.
I've never won at Washougal ever. I don't know what it is, but I had won the first moto. I pulled the whole shot in the start of the second moto, and we come around and it's a red flag. We line back up and do it again.
Dungey pulls the whole shot. Villapoto right in behind him. Now he's in second.
It's just part of our sport. You never know what you're gonna get from yourself, from the other guys. Bike problems to this, to that, to red flags. Sometimes those things pop up and get you.
Ryan Villapoto was 3 seconds off the pace on that lap. Dungey is starting to disappear into the shadows.
He was able to just start inching away from me. He rode good. There was nothing I could do that weekend.
For 6 straight rounds, there was one rider that had handled the unexpected elements in motocross better than anyone else. Chad Reed won 4 out of the first 6 nationals of the season, but at Washougal, it was apparent that the crash he suffered a week ago had taken his most powerful asset, his confidence.
Washougal's a racetrack that takes you to be on your A game. It's really fast. It's in dark shaded areas. It's not a lot of traction. It's pretty sketchy. So you got to have a comfort level that you're just at your physical best. And I couldn't. I was a 5th place guy, max.
The overall victory for the day went to Dungey. But with Chad Reed's 7th and 4th place finishes, Villapoto took the championship points lead in front of his home state fans. As the celebration at the podium commenced, Jake Weimer was back at the Kawasaki rig, nursing his wounds.
The second moto, I think I just got roosted for 36 minutes. It was bad. I was ruined. And the roost is nuts. There's a few times this season when it seems like you're just at rock bottom and you're just bummed on everything and it seems like it just couldn't get any worse. But you got to take it all into perspective and understand what's really going on. And what's really going on is that I'm very blessed with everything that I have And I came from a tiny town. Had it been one different decision, I'd be at home farming right now. So I'm very lucky to be able to do what I'm doing. And yeah, my results aren't what I want them to be, but it could be worse.
You always lose a bit of momentum whenever you're hurt, especially this last time. When you first start riding again, you just realize how much you enjoy it and kind of immediately lose it again. It's disappointing. I know that I've come back from injuries before, and I know that it can be done again. The competitive side of me just wants to succeed in it and wants to keep digging for whatever it is that I need to do. There's just that feeling that you want to just achieve, and I guess that's just what keeps you going.
A champion is not built in a year, nor is he destroyed in one. Trey Canard and Jake Weimer are both champions. And for men with the will to achieve, trials are merely an opportunity to overcome.
Next time on the Moto, Inside the Outdoors. In the 250 class, Unadilla changes the framework of the championship race.
When you look at all the hot races where the tracks got rough, I was the guy that won.
Tyler's just kind of like a warrior, you know, he's just in like such good physical shape, it sucks.
And in the 450 class, Ryan Dungey's 2-race win streak is disrupted by an incoming wild child.
Stay down! Force it down!
It's kind of annoying, you know, he needs to grow up a little bit and have some respect.